Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice for radio. So today, we're going to be having a little bit of a look at a new Butterfree card. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Sun and Moon 9A Full Metal Wall over in Japan, Unbroken Bonds over here, is going to be featuring a new Butterfree card. And since this has been revealed and translated by the lovely David Hochmann, I thought it was only fair that we had a little bit of a look at exactly what it did. Now, it is a Stage 2, and being a Stage 2 is a little bit awkward if I'm honest with you. Now, back in Flashfire, we did have both a Caterpie and a Metapod that had the Adaptive Evolution ability, meaning that you could evolve it straight away. That was nice. Yeah, we don't have that anymore, ladies and gentlemen. That's gone away. We can use Rare Candy, and we can use Alolan Ninetales to search it out, as the Stage 2s tend to do nowadays, but it's still, shall we say, far from a perfect plan. And I'm going to be honest with you here, in terms of HP, it's not looking particularly great. You've got 130 HP, which is low, quite frankly, for a Stage 2. Retreat cost to 1 is nice and low. Weakness to fire means you've got a weakness to Blacephalon, but you've only got 130 HP. And being a grass Pokemon means you do get the healing of Life Forest Prism Star if you can take a hit. And to be fair, the 130 should leave you just out of range of Zoroark, Buzzwole, things of that nature. So it's not all bad. And then Life Forest Prism Star will heal you up rather nicely. Plus, you're hitting weakness against stuff like Lycanroc, which sees quite a lot of play right now, to be perfectly honest with you. But what does it actually do? Well, according to the lovely David Hochmann, the first attack for 1 colorless energy lets you search your deck for 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like. And this is an extremely good attack for setting up. Now, the bad news is, like I mentioned, this is on a Stage 2, that's not ideal. But it is for a single colorless energy, which, to be honest, is kind of ideal. I mean, other than a free attack, something like Alolan Vulpix's Beacon, 1 colorless energy is pretty much as good as you get. So that's really nice. And the thing is here, searching for free energy and attaching to your Pokemon, this can set up a whole bunch of Pokemon that would otherwise be really quite awkward. And my mind here is pretty much immediately drawn to a bunch of Tag Team GXs. So if we take Magikarp and Wailord, it's an extremely good Pokemon, but you need a lot of energy in order to do very much. So 5 energy, 180. 8 energy, 10 to the active, and 10 to all of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I mean, 1 energy, 10 to the active, but that's, shall we say, not good. But 8 energy and 100 damage to all of your opponent's bench, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty nice. It's just that getting the energy on there is a bit of a pain. Having said that, we got the new Blastoise, which lets you look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach as much energy you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like, water energy. And then we've got the combination of Naganadel, which accelerates energy to itself from the discard pile, and Quagsire that moves it to your active. So Wailord doesn't really need Butterfree here. I think we've got better options. But just yesterday I showed you Pheromosa and Buzzwole Tag Team GX. And I said it was an excellent, excellent GX, and I stand by that. We've not had a Duff Tag Team GX. All of the Tag Team GXs, well, the first 8 of all 1 tournaments in Japan, and then the recent 2, your Pheromosa and Buzzwole and your Lucario and Melmetal, look extremely good and like they're going to see a whole bunch of play. But you see, the problem is, Buzzwole and Pheromosa starts off reasonable and gets dumb. So the first attack, 30 to the active, 30 to one of your opponent's bench for 1 grass energy, yeah. That's a really nice attack for 1 energy. And the second attack, free energy 190, only 60 the next turn, but we've had a whole bunch of Pokemon in the past, like in fact Buzzwole, that can't attack the next turn, and none of them have been bothered by that. So given that you go down to 60 the following turn, which is better than not being able to attack at all, I don't think this is an issue. The thing is, this is a free energy attack, so generally you wait till your opponent's taken a couple of prizes, and you try and spam Beast Ring as fast as you possibly can. And that accelerates 2 energy per Beast Ring, and then essentially you're off and rolling and looking pretty good. But the GX attack here, Now that's a very tasty one, but it gets very, very awkward very, very quickly. Now, it is actually really, really good just on its own. 1 energy, 50 damage. If you take a KO, take an extra prize. That's actually incredibly nice. But you can accelerate this just a little bit. And what you do is you get another 7 energy on there. That's 8 in total. And then if you take a KO, you take 3 extra prizes rather than 1. So now you could be KOing a Tag Team GX and taking 6 prizes. Or you could be KOing something like a Rockruff and taking 4 prizes. 4 prizes for knocking out a Rockruff. The issue here is the 8 energy. So the question is this a good solution? We could use something like Magnezone, for instance, because you would only need 1 grass or rainbow energy. But you've got to have the energy in your hand. And it all gets a little bit awkward. And then you're playing a grass deck that's mixed with a lightning deck, and it all gets a little bit awkward. Whereas Butterfree here, you accelerate energy from the deck, which is nice, and it's a grass Pokemon, so you're kind of playing a grass deck, and that's really nice as well. The problem I have here is that if you use this attack, you are essentially getting a net gain of free energy, because you've got to put 1 on the Butterfree, you get 3 out, so you're basically getting free energy onto a Pokemon. And you need 8. So you would need to use this attack twice. So you'd essentially attach to Butterfree, use the attack to get free. Attach to your Tag Team GX, use the attack to get free. Attach, and then you get it. Well, before you're able to do that, your opponent is going to Guzma and KO whatever you're accelerating the energy to. And that's the big problem here with Butterfree. You can accelerate the energy as much as you like, but your opponent can just Guzma and hit whatever you accelerate the energy onto, and you're not doing any damage with Butterfree. So if your opponent just Guzmas and KOs, whatever you're putting the energy on, it's literally a wasted attack, except it's worse than a wasted attack, because what you've actually done is take energy from your deck and put them in your discard pile, which you don't want to do. There is an analogy that needs to be drawn here with the new Starmie. You see, Starmie only gets water or psychic energy, but other than that, it's largely the same attack. Search your deck for free energy and attach them to one of your Pokemon. Now, to be fair, Starmie is more restrictive. It's only water or psychic energy, and it's all free to one bench Pokemon, whereas Butterfree allows you to attach in any way that you like. But it's still 1 colorless energy, and it does 40 damage, and it's on a stage 1, and it's got free retreat, rather than doing 0 damage on a stage 2. So as interesting as this attack is, I don't really see why I would play it over Starmie. Even something like Buzzwole and Pheromosa, I don't think it's worth using this attack multiple times. It's good energy acceleration, but I fear on a stage 2, it's not good enough. As for the attack, grass double colorless, 70 damage. Well, the good news is you can play double colorless, yay! And with a choice band, you're doing 100 damage, doubled with weakness is 200. That's a KO on a Lycanroc or a Lapras, yay! But the problem is here, you're still miles away from getting Magikarp and Wailord. You're still only doing 2/3 of the required damage, and that's with a choice band and weakness. I don't think anyone is going to be playing Butterfree for the attack here. I think stage 2, 2 energy attachments, one of which is a DCE, to do 70 damage, could only be described as spectacularly underwhelming. So as much as I like the first attack in theory, I find it quite hard to recommend this Butterfree. Now, in a pre-release, I adore this Butterfree. You can play a whole bunch of different energy and get them out with Butterfree and get yourself a redonkulous advantage. But other than that, I don't know how good this is going to be. I just think we've got better options for accelerating energy, and I don't know how much I can love this. For that reason, I'm giving it between 2 and 3 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies. That would be barbaric. Good energy acceleration, but I'm not convinced it's worth it, and a fairly underwhelming attack. But ladies and gentlemen, maybe you think I'm being too harsh. Maybe you think Butterfree is better than I'm making it out to be. Maybe you just want to say hello. Either way, comment section is a very good place to do that, so go nuts. But please do remember the most important rule as always, Be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays, where we talk Transformers and Keyforge and all kinds of other fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves. Until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.